Okay, last video was about brainstorming and then putting your information into a mind map. This video is about the third step of our organization process, putting things in a logical order. When you're presenting information, always think about if it's in the correct order. Is it a logical order? For example, do you talk about what is big, bigger, biggest? Now, this is very simple. However, many students don't think about this when they're actually making their presentation. You also want to think about, is it the easiest to understand? Does my presentation have a nice flow to it? Does the order of information flow from one piece of information to the next to the next? There are many ways to present your information, but in this class we're going to talk about just time, space, and importance. Chronological order is very common. We talk about chronological order all the time because it follows a sequence of events. It's easy for us to understand. If you talk about your day, you can say first you did this, after that you did this, next you did this, and so on. We use chronological order all the time when we talk to each other. We might use chronological order when we talk about someone's life story. If you're writing a biography about someone, you might start from when they were young to when they get older. We could use chronological order for a procedure. First you do this, then do this step, then the next step, and finally this step. The next type of ordering is spatial. Spatial is where things are in relationship to other things. So if I ask you to describe your bedroom, if you just say you have a bed, a mirror, a desk, that puts no picture in my head. What you have to do is choose one point, start from that point, maybe you have a big window, and then you can say in front of the big window, you have a bed. To the right of your bed, you have a cactus. Something like this now can start to put a picture in someone's head of where things are in relationship to other things. The last type of ordering we're going to talk about in this video is importance. Now you have to decide when you're making an argument, what is your most important idea? And then do you want to put that most important idea first or last? Think about what's going to make the biggest impact to your audience. Because remember, in any presentation, the most important thing is your audience. I decided to talk about the death penalty. Maybe I'll talk about cost, human rights, and discrimination. From these three categories, I have to decide which one do I think makes the biggest impact to my audience. And then, should I put that one last or first? Let's look at a simple topic like coffee. Depending on your purpose, your organization of how you present your information can be very different. Maybe you want to talk about three countries and coffee: Ethiopia, Brazil, and Vietnam. Now, depending on what you focus on, the order of information could be very different. If you're going to focus on where coffee first came from, well, that would be Ethiopia. If you're going to talk about the economics of coffee, who produces the most coffee, well, that would be Brazil. So depending on what your purpose is, the order you present your information can be very different. Okay, so no matter how you decide to organize your information, just remember it has to be something easy to understand, something that has a nice flow to it, and something that makes the biggest impact to your audience.